Hello everyone. If you've been here before, welcome back to my channel. And if you haven't, hi, my name's Haley Zell. I'm a musician and an avid record collector, among other things. And today I am going to be doing another vinyl haul. As you know, if you've been here before, every time I travel, I go and try to find a local record store to try to, browse. I always go in there to browse, and then I end up spending a lot of money. But this time, I was traveling by myself, so I was like, okay, I don't have to carry a lot of records, so let me have a cap. It was smart. It worked. I stayed in it mostly. So, today I'm going to show you what I got in my Orlando trip. I went to this place called Park Ave CDs, which they certainly had CDs, but they also had a lot of vinyl. They also had books. They had a bunch of figurines. They had a bunch of Funko Pops. It was a very, very tempting place for me. They had a bunch of shirts, but I tried to, I tried to reel myself in, and I kind of marched myself happily to the used section. But I'm going to show you what I got from Park Ave. So I did, in fact, get a book. I don't usually do that, but I was like, okay, I'm going to let myself get one more thing from this store to try and get me to my my goal, if you will. And so I saw they had Who I Am, the Pete Townsend autobiography, and so yeah, I decided to pick it up. I've been looking at this book for a while now, and like a couple of years, and I just, decided I was like, okay, let's just go ahead and pick it up, because I love biographies, autobiographies, sorts of nonfiction like that, so I will definitely read it. I'm very good at that. Right now I'm actually reading a Jim Henson biography, so I don't know if I'll read this next, or I have a couple books kind of next in my queue, if you will, so I'm not sure when I'm going to end up actually picking this up, but I'm happy that I have it so I can get into reading it, if nothing else. Okay, I saw this as soon as I walked in to the place. I don't usually buy singles that much. Like, I do it occasionally, and I certainly don't really buy new singles because it's not usually a thing that's really made that much anymore, A, and B, there's just really nothing I want in the new singles section until I saw this when I walked in. It is the new Queen single, Face It Alone, and I had to grab it because I saw it and I was like, because I didn't even know they made these. Apparently it was made in Germany. And the thing that I find very interesting about this is that side 1 is just the song, Face It Alone, and then side 2 is Face It Alone, the karaoke version, which I found to be quite interesting because I hadn't seen that before. But yeah, so I'm very pleased with that. Now to show you what I got from the used section. So we'll start off with Toto, Turn Back. The thing I like about this store is that they have these little guides, if you will, that say, artist, title, condition. So you have vinyl, very good, and sleeve, very good. And it has a year of the pressing, and it says if it's original, reissue, promo, or color. So I thought that was very useful. So this is an original pressing. Honestly, I don't know any of the songs on this album, but I know I like Toto, so it just made sense to just go ahead and get that. Oh, this one I thought was quite interesting. This is Buffalo Springfield. It's Last Time Around. You receive very good plus on the sleeve, and based on the look of it, I would agree. This is actually an early reissue. And the thing that I thought was interesting here was it says vinyl has physical defect on outside ring, but doesn't affect play. And I just love that they put those notes on it, because you might see that and your immediate reaction is like, oh, this isn't going to work or something, and then it's laid out there, so it's full transparency, which I like because they do put them in these little plastic I'd almost call it a bag, but it's like the little plastic sleeve, and it's kind of got the little adhesive there. So you're kind of not supposed to take it out. So this kind of solves that problem of keeping it in the plastic, while also allowing the consumer to know what they're getting into. I really like that. So I once again, I don't know any songs on this album. I actually find that to be very exciting. I'm kind of basic in my knowledge of Buffalo Springfield. I know For What It's Worth, and that's about it. But I also know that one of my biggest inspirations, Tommy Shaw, really likes Buffalo Springfield, and so I like to check out the inspirations of my inspirations to see if I can work stuff out and kind of get maximum inspiration out of the situation. Alright. I had never heard of this album. Straight up. Never heard of it. Which is interesting because I have this artist's other solo albums. I now am questioning how many he has because I've never looked it up. But this is Glenn Frey. Title, Soul Searchin'. The thing I thought was cool is that this is out of print. Which, I mean, a lot of vinyl's probably out of print, to be honest. I mean, like... But, whatever. Once again, let's see. Yeah, I don't know nothing on this one. But I'm very intrigued and kind of love this album cover. I think the sort of mosaic thing with all the squares is very interesting. Of course, it's because it has a plastic square reflect everything. But that was a very interesting album cover, at least. So, and all of these, I think, all of these that I got in these plastic sleeves are like $10, which is not bad in my opinion. They also had like a cheaper section, which I did shop in, and they, of course, they had ones that cost more. A lot of their used kind of varied from like I think 10 was the minimum, but I saw some that were like $40, $50, but they appeared to be either still sealed or newer albums. For example, I remember seeing a newer Def Leppard album, and that was like $40. But that I don't really know anything about that, so that's kind of that. So I actually got a couple albums from this artist because the other day I listened to an album by them. I'd never actually listened to them before, and I listened to one of my albums I had picked up along the way, and I loved it. It was amazing. It was not anything of what I was expecting. I didn't really know what I was expecting, but you would think that the Moody Blues would be moody or bluesy, and the album that I heard was neither of those, so I was really intrigued. So I just wanted to just dive into it and really get into it. So I got a couple Moody Blues albums. I got this one, which is not in English. Sur l'Amour. That seems right. 1988. I like when it has this little sticker guy. It's like, includes these songs. Like, I've never... I know nothing about this album, but I'm excited. So, I'm very intrigued. The next Moody Blues album I got 3 in total. This one is called The Present, and it's a gatefold. So I'm intrigued to really get a look at the art, because just the art on the outside is quite interesting. So, there's that one. The next Moody Blues album. This is getting into I'd almost call it the bargain bin. And these were, like, I think almost all these were $5. I think all of them were $5 I saw. And they had a thing where it's like, you buy 4, get the 5th one free. I am not capable of escaping a good deal, so I did in fact buy 5 from this section. This is the next and last Moody Blues album that I got. So it's Moody Blues, Every Good Boy Deserves Favor, which You can see these are not, sorry, these are not in the plastic sleeves because they're like bargain bin. This is also a gatefold. And it's really big. Almost like a mural, it feels like, on the inside. This is 1971. And, what appears to be the original sleeve. I love the original sleeves. I'm sorry I sound like this. When I was staying in the hotel in Orlando, I think the AC dried my throat out, so I'm kind of getting back to the status quo in terms of that. But okay, we got a couple more. And we're finally off of the Moody Blues kick. So this is Seals and Crofts, The Longest Road. I got this solely because I thought Seals and Crofts, I think Summer Breeze, right? I think that's Seals and Crofts. Could be wrong, but as far as I recall. I actually listened to a cover. Shaw Blades covered it, so that's kind of what I think of. But Seals and Crofts have this song called We May Never Pass This Way Again that one of my professors actually pointed out to the class. He was a piano player, so he would just kind of randomly break out into song like during class. It was kind of weird, but wonderfully enjoyable. So he pointed out this song to us, and I thought it sounded very interesting, so I added it to my playlist, and I fell in love with it. So as soon as I saw this, I was like, well, might as well see what else they have, you know? And yeah, once again, I don't know anything on this album. Most of these albums, I'm actually kind of excited, because I don't really know a lot about the albums I picked up, and I think that, it's a good opportunity for growth and learning. So, I'm intrigued. Oh, this is probably the one that I know the least about of my whole collection here. I've heard of this person. I think it's a guy. Yeah, I've heard this guy before. I don't know what genre he's in. I don't know anything about him, but I saw it. It was $5, and I was intrigued enough to go, well, I guess now's the time to learn what Pat Travers' band is about. You know? So this is a live album, which felt like a good choice. Is Go For What You Know, which is kind of ironic, considering I do not, in fact, know. Yeah, I've never heard any of these songs. I don't know any of these people. I don't know nothing about nothing on this, but I'm intrigued. Oh wait, Tommy Aldridge. I do know him. I don't remember why, but I do know him. Oh wow. So, very, very intriguing. Also, I just want, while I'm here, I want to peek. Ooh. Schmancy.
Nice plain black. Has the logo for the label.
Very, very sleek. Intrigued. Okay. Again, towards the end here, this is going to be a shorter haul. Ooh, this is raised. Okay, I didn't realize that. So this is, I know this band, I do not know this album. So this is Atlanta Rhythm Section, Champagne Jam. So, I don't know, I know Spooky, you know, I know a couple songs by ARS, so I wanted to see what else they had. And, I don't know, the art was intriguing, the name was intriguing, everything about it's kind of odd. Once again, it's looking like an original sleeve. Let's see. Oh, this is one of those ones where it's trying to sell you other albums. Interesting. Yeah, it seems like pretty much all of the albums that I've gotten from this store are original sleeve, which I quite like. Now this one I picked up because it's a trio, and I knew about one of the members. I did not know about the other two. I didn't know this was a thing that existed. So I'm very intrigued to kind of learn more about this. This is the Souther Hillman Foray Band. I knew J.D. Souther from his work with the Eagles and James Taylor and the whole, everything that he's done. But, oh wait, me realizing that this is even more. So I guess that's the name of the band, and then these are the other three guys in it. Very interesting. I'd be kind of peeved if I was in a band and it and it was all named out like this, and I was on the back here and not a part of the name. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's a me problem. But yeah, I once again, I know nothing about this, so I'm really, really intrigued to see what is going on at all. I find this cover on the inside to be very interesting because it's quite, like, this is kind of, feels like early 70s chill. Yeah, this is 1974. This feels kind of standard chill, whatever, and that's kind of like, bam, This is kind of a bit more attention grabbing. So, very, very interesting. They also seem to call themselves the SHF band, which seems kind of unnecessarily difficult to say in my opinion. But, okay, plain sleeve. It's unclear if that's the original or not, but that's that. And that's my haul. It might not be as interesting to you as some of the other ones, because I don't know that much about these albums, but I will soon. I will, in fact, know about them very soon. So I'm very excited to get into these albums, and I thank you for watching. I'm glad, you're here, because otherwise I'm just kind of sitting here in my dorm room talking to my phone for a while, which is kind of okay, too. Also, yeah, if it wasn't clear, this is not my usual spot. This is my dorm room, so... But, sorry. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you'll stick around for some more stuff. I have another haul to film when I get home. I also have some covers that I'm going to be putting out soon. New music is on the horizon. I'll be posting about that on my various social medias, which I will include in the description below. And yeah, I hope you are having a wonderful day, and thank you again for watching. I'll see you next time.